Happy Thursday, the 15th, all you fabulous freight masters out there. So I'm doing this video because we recently found out, they're in New York. They started this idling law, and if another driver or anybody snitches on a driver for idling, right, they get 25% of that fine. So there's, I guess, supposedly there's some of these snitches out there that are making like 40 to 60K a year just from snitching, right? And we all know that this is a bogus thing that they're doing in New York, and now Washington is wanting to do the same thing, right? And this is bill number, what was it, 6304, and it's actually sponsored by Washington State Senator Marco, forgive me if I slaughter his last name, Leas, is that right? So they're looking at fines for idling ranging from $300 to $1,000 per violation per day. So, on top of everything else that the government does to truckers, this is just one more. It's absurd. It's absurd. These lawmakers, these politicians, in my humble opinion, need to come with a warning label. They need to wear oven mitts and a helmet. Red button, do not push kind of a thing. It's absolutely insane what they're doing. And it's, I could sit back here and say, even, this is worse, even considering the current market that we're in, but it doesn't really matter. Even if we were, in the height of an upturn in the market, for them to do this to truckers is absolutely obscene. It's an obscene law, and it's their way of trying to make everybody go electric, right? And I think predominantly, without even having to do a poll, I think I have a pretty good idea of everybody's opinion on electric trucks, right? So let's get into this a little bit. I did drop a link. I'm screen sharing the copy of the bill itself, but also in the description there is a link if you want to go back and read this over. And I'd love to get your guys' feedback on this, good or bad. Just try to keep the cussing out of it, all right? Because I'm sure that this is going to upset a lot of you. And actually, before I get into this a little bit further, I'm kind of curious, which it's striking me right now at the moment, how this is affecting capacity in New York, where they're already doing this, right? How this is affecting shippers, receivers, carriers not wanting to run in there. For you brokers and broker agents, independent dispatchers, this doesn't just affect drivers, right? How is this affecting you being able to service those shippers, receivers, and things in New York? And if you're a carrier based in New York, so let me know your thoughts on that. I'd really love to get some feedback on that. It's something I hadn't really considered until just a moment ago. So idling a semi truck for 5 minutes could cost truckers $1,000 under new bill in Washington State. Senate Bill 6304, sponsored by Washington Senator Marco Leas, would forbid any diesel-fueled commercial motor vehicle to idle for more than 5 consecutive minutes at any location. Okay? The bill would allow for fines ranging from $300 to $1,000 per violation per day. Okay? The bill would also restrict the use of diesel-fueled auxiliary power system for more than 5 minutes at any location within 100 feet of a restricted area, which would include individual or multifamily housing units, schools, hotels, motels, hospitals, senior care facilities, or child care facilities. Okay? The bill defines a diesel-fueled auxiliary power system as any device that is permanently dedicated to the vehicle on which it is installed and provides electrical, mechanical, or thermal energy to the primary diesel engine, truck cab, or sleeper berth, bus passenger compartment, or any other commercial vehicle cab as an alternative to idling the primary diesel engine. If passed, the bill will go into effect on January 2nd, 2025. Okay. So literally we're looking at what, just under a year now. For those of you that go to Washington, have any idea of going to Washington, get a hold of your lawmakers. This is, like I said, some of this, it makes me wonder who ties some of these politicians' shoes in the morning, right? Do they write this stuff in crayon? Because it just astounds me, the stupidity of it all. The bill's supporters say that idling trucks contribute to greenhouse gas pollution and place an unfair burden on vulnerable communities. The legislature finds that the idling of vehicles, particularly commercial vehicles, contributes significantly to air quality concerns and greenhouse gas emissions in the state. These impacts particularly impact overburdened communities and vulnerable populations, as commercial truck routes are often located in these communities. Given the improvements in anti-idling technology and standards, it is no longer prudent to allow for the continuation of idling at current rates. Therefore, it is the intent of the legislature to limit idling of commercial vehicles in Washington. That is a direct quote. I'm kind of at a loss for words over this. I really am. For once in my life, right? For those of you that have followed the channel long enough or caught a few of my videos, I'm typically never at a loss for words, but this is just, are they going to do the same thing like they do in New York? Like, are they going to start offering a percentage of the fine to snitches, right? How many other states are going to start to implement this if we don't stop it? Right? This never should have gone through in New York, and it should not go through in Washington. Because I think that what we're starting to see here is a bit of a slippery slope. I think that as this gains traction, they're going to start pushing the electric vehicle initiative. Just another way to punish carriers, right? Punish drivers. So, guys, let me know your thoughts. If you have any input on this. Again, if you have any other new news or any updates that you would like to send to me, that you'd like me to bring to attention, my email is freightmasterresources@gmail.com. Feel free to email me. Like I said, I keep that email monitored, pretty frequently. I do have a bit of a premature update. I am in the process of updating one of the websites. If you've visited the websites, you may have noticed some of that, and it's maybe looking a little bit gobbledygook right now to some extent, but it's a work in progress, and I'm trying to work on it, as I have time, aside from my regular day-to-day things. So yeah, I'm really kind of looking forward. I've actually got a few of my owner operator and fleet owner friends kind of looking at it as it progresses, getting their feedback, and then once I kind of get it fairly well finished, I'll let you guys know about it, and I'd love to get everybody's feedback on it as well, if it's a flop or not, right? I'm pretty thick-skinned, so if you guys don't like it, I can absolutely redo it. I want it to be another it's always been sort of a information and resources website for truckers. Actually, the link is in the description down below, but I'm trying to make it as beneficial for everybody as I possibly can. So again, once I get it done, if you've seen it lately, don't lose hope. I'm still working on it, but yeah, once I get it finished, I'd love to get you guys' feedback. I'm already starting to get a little bit of feedback as it progresses and that kind of thing. If you guys need anything, like I said, factoring, DAT discount, any of that kind of stuff, eCarrierCheck, which I highly recommend to carriers and brokers. It's a fantastic CRM. It's a way to find direct shippers, being able to vet, so much more, so many tools. Again, Operfi has their boot camp and things, partnerships, a ton of resources over there. Those guys never cease to amaze me over there at Operfi. I mean, they truly are rock stars. If you didn't catch my last video with Danny, I'd really appreciate you guys checking that one out. Really super great guy. And, the whole team over there, in fact. And Danny actually has his own channel. So by all means, check that out. And with that, I will probably see you all next Thursday. All right. Till then, bye-bye now.